right. We're coming back. Let's see if I can press the right buttons. Yoink. All right. How we doing, everybody? If you're already in a chat, go ahead and say hello so I know that the lab button is working appropriately. I'm also going to be testing a few things while we do a drawing stream, which includes, can I hear music, but it doesn't broadcast to you guys? Oh, I even muted myself again. You guys should not be able to hear any music. If anybody's in chat, please let me know. Yeah, so far it just shows stream mix is showing my voice. Awesome. Because when I draw, I love to listen to music. And it keeps me in the mood a little bit more so than not. All right. Streamtember. Celebrating all through the month of September. Today's secret number for the 4th stream. 2 streams today. There you go. Secret number. Write it down. Keep track of it. This is the 4th one that I've done. We had one during Rocket League earlier. We had one on Friday and one on Saturday. So every day of the month that I stream, we will be releasing a secret number. Some numbers you'll see more than once, but they are important to write down for that day. So always keep track. Okay. Secret number. Back to our group here. Can you guys see when I do new file? You cannot. That's okay. That's on purpose. We're going to do a 1920 by 1080, 150 ppi. It's good for sketch and layout, and then I go a higher resolution for final work. Not that I've done a lot of final work lately, but... All right, so let's just dive right in. We want 2 layers. You can at least see that. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do 3 different characters. I went ahead and I wrote it down on my YouTube, but Polly Technolust, my cat girl character, she's about 6'4" when she's in her cat girl form. She's about 5'8", 5'10", something like that when she looks like a cosplayer with cat ears and tail. And there'll be a reason behind that. We'll let in on a little bit of that tonight. Caedia is going to be my librarian archive character that is going to kind of help narrate some of the stories that I'm doing. So she will be in various forms. I have a kind of a demoness succubus form for her. I have a cat girl form and an elf form. And I'll probably have a couple others. But the whole point is that she's an archive digital program. She is made up from what I call cube light interactive technology. And that is tongue-in-cheek, a on-purpose oh God, what's it called? Not metaphor. What's it called when one letter of each word writes out something? Acronym? Unicorn, good to see you again. Unicorn, you can't hear my music playing, right? Yeah, because I don't want to broadcast copyright music, but I want to listen to music while I draw. You hear just me? Okay, perfect. I mean, broadcasting software shows it that way. It's just one of those, let's just make sure. Get myself flagged within the first minute. But yeah, then the third character we'll do tonight is Blath'azell. She is an actual demoness succubus character. That is one of the types of creatures that the archive character kind of mimics a little bit. The difference there is Blath'azell's race, the Tazareth, or the red skin demon devil kind of creatures from hell kind of characters, and my archive character is more of like a lavender skin, sometimes like the blue glow or whatever of like an electrical holographic image, that type of stuff. Acronym is correct. Okay, so yeah, so Cube Light Interactive Technology, and it'll end up getting short down to CLT, Cube Light Technology, when it's pointed out in the story that the full acronym is not appropriate. So tongue in cheek, and that is going to be some of my stories. There's going to be tongue in cheek. There's going to be dick and fart jokes. There's going to be nudity. There's going to be sex. There's going to be violence and gore. There's going to be fantasy wish fulfillment stuff. It's all just random stuff that I've been wanting to do for 25 years in various different forms. But yeah, how about we stop talking about it and we actually start doing some stuff? Let's full that. How much am I covering? About. Okay. I'm trying to see where my head covers. we could have fun. Say this is our protective bubble from the dangers that we're about to illustrate. Just gotta put a little light reflection. Say that we're in a plastic or bulletproof glass bubble. I don't know. All right, so let's mess with the. All right, first off, we're gonna do headshots. I did show. I think the. Where is it here? Color theory. So here's the three of them in this, and maybe I should just take the line art from this. Oh, did I? Yeah, okay. So yeah, we could take the line art from this drawing and move it over to the other one. With this, I just wanted to kind of get the basic colors, and I'm not very good with hue ranges and like airbrushing and shading and everything like that. So I'm gonna do a mixture of probably like some cell shading, which is just basically these, hard light or hard lines colored in areas until I find like a really like, aha, this is a style I want to color in, and it's gonna be a in progress thing, anyways. Okay. So we're already on 3 layers, which is fine. Drop down the transparency of that one, so just use it as a guide. Call it line guide. Make sure we're on the right one. Oh, I hate that. Sometimes the zoom tool gets. Oh, what happened? Oh, sorry, I screwed up. Shift Control Z goes forward. The zoom tool is supposed to work so that you press Z and you can slide, down, left, up, right, and zoom in that way. And for whatever reason, for years, that gets turned into this draw a square, rectangle, select the area kind of zoom. It's part of the scratch discs or something like that, and all that. I don't know. It's not something I'm going to look up right now, but oh no, it might be. Yeah, no. Yeah, you can see this. Yeah, not the way it's supposed to do. Oh, unicorn. You can draw mean stick person. Sorry, I have to chuckle halfway before reading all of that. Like if I had $5 for every time somebody brought up stick people. Sorry. That's about all you're getting out of my drawing skills. Hey, I never ask anything of anyone else. If you're someone that wants to draw, you're someone that wants to draw, and you can put that time and effort into it and learn. And it's actually bugging me. I gotta figure out how we get rid of this. There'll be a Photoshop CC. Zoom tool not working right. Preferences. Ensure the zoom tool is. So I'll show my monitor configuration in a moment, but my monitor is here, but all my main workstation is where the camera is all across. So I have to go to a certain part of my main monitor setup and then move my mouse down to get to my drawing. Preferences. Where's that? Preferences. Oh, crap. General. General, and then check the zoom. You guys can't see this either, can you? Sorry, it's gonna bug me the whole stream if I don't fix it. Your least favorite part of a dual screen is where's my mouse hiding? Yeah. Let's see. Auto update. I don't see zoom on the general preferences. Which is, that's the thing that just bugs me, is like this is a constant thing that happens, and yet in like multiple versions of Photoshop over the years. Yeah, check so general, then check zoom with scroll wheel option. And again, you guys can't see this. Oh my god. All these people using a Macintosh or a Mac. um, performance. Use graphics processor. Yep. This is just like so ridiculous that this is always a thing. Okay, preferences, tools, uncheck animated zoom. Okay, tools. Oh, here we go. Zoom with scroll wheel. Oh. Do I have to restart Photoshop? Oh, what am I gonna do here? Okay. Edit, preferences, general, tools. There's one thing I could not get behind was the MacBook. Oh no. Oh, then you said, so glad you said that. We were talking about Apple versus Android a few streams back. Yeah, and I'm still hit or miss on the phone. Like it's okay using an iPhone right now. Sorry, I'm just gonna get back to drawing. It's not working. We gotta just remember to work on the zoom. All right, Caedia is this one. But yeah, so like, but I definitely decided I was gonna get either a Mac or a tablet, Surface tablet. But yeah, I think I was because of the discount I can get through T-Mobile. I was getting ready to pull the trigger and get a Apple iPad, but I'm back again to like trying to decide like what I want to get. So jury's still out on what I'm going to decide on. But I gotta get something soon because I want to start hitting up the coffee shop and doing some drawing on the go. Get out of the apartment, you know. You love the phone, just not the MacBook. Yeah. Well, and again, my constant issue with it is the proprietary technology. Like you have to have their software, not for everything, but you know, like for the most part, you got to follow their different ways of doing things, and that's frustrating when I just want universal hotkeys and tools and programs to work all the same across the board and not worry about that shit. Okay. You love your iPad, and many people recommended it for drawing. I have the Procreate for Kiddo and draws on all the time. Yeah, Macs have always been, or Apple in general, has always been good for graphics. They really have. They've at least always excelled at that. But they always got to do things differently. You got to Apple key instead of a control key, you know, command key instead of shift or whatever. Yeah, or maybe that's not accurate, but you know what I mean. They got to have like those things that are different, and it's just frustrating. You know, there's some things that don't need to be that way. I mean, thank you still, Steve Jobs, for what you put together, but all right, how's this doing here? Thick eyebrows. Probably don't need the cheeks to be that round. Besides, that should just be sketching. I shouldn't worry about. Shouldn't worry about it being detailed right now. Yeah, so it sucks when you're used to zooming in and out on a drawing program and you can't do it the way you're used to it functioning. It's another little annoyance, and when I'm annoyed, it's very hard for me to feel comfortable drawing. But I did promise I wanted to start doing more of these again. Okay. So Caedia, we're gonna do her. Yeah, I heard like demoness, succubus kind of version. So it'll be pointed ears with a bit more of a triangle design. Right. And the horns come off here. I'm still trying to practice these horn designs. What's that, dear? Your brother? No joke. When I got my bachelor's in graphic design, the school sent me MacBook and some assignments. Would not be accepted unless done on it versus another PC. Really? So it was a requirement to use Mac over PC. Wow. Okay. That would drive me nuts because I don't like being told what to do. Man, for some reason my Twitch hasn't been showing me live. Okay. There we go. Yep, many tears during that time. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oops, that was the wrong program. So, just real quick, my monitor configuration is this. Ultra wide monitor, right? Some sort of hidden second monitor with the ultra wide monitor for whatever reason. And then 32-inch monitor that I have all my like stream docs and everything like that to work on. And this is how I have to move my mouse, right, to be able to get to things, is left and right. my drawing monitor is positioned here, so I have to go all the way over to this area of my ultra wide monitor to drop down to the Photoshop. You can't see it, but yeah, when I get everything finished in the office here this week, I'm gonna have a second camera set up so that I could do full view of the office. Switch over to that instead of having the green screen effect here. You just like laptops in general, and being micromanaged was not a good fit. Nah, that would drive me nuts. Yeah, I can't stand the mouse pad being on the bottom of the keyboard on a laptop. I don't know if you're the same way, but I can't stand that. I don't understand why the mouse pad's there. If I need to use a mouse other than plugging one in to use separately, put the mouse pad up top, and I'll reach with my left hand and I'll move wherever I need to. I don't understand a mouse pad being on the bottom, because then you're typing and your bottom of your wrists are hitting the mouse pad accidentally. Can't stand that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's that's how my monitor configuration is right now. It's gonna change a little bit when we get the office set up, though. You're not big a fan of that, but what's that? That I could handle. It's just this smaller. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to Caedia. Oh, and to spell Caedia, you can see above. Caedia, Caedia. And I think I have three characters that have the A before E configuration. I am a fan of it. But I kind of reminded myself, once I created that third character that has it, I was like, okay, we gotta tone down on using that name again for a little while. Okay, let's actually extend it down a little bit more over here. Okay, I think we got the basics. Let's transmit. Okay. Been trying to exercise my hands, my fingers a little bit more. I'm so out of practice with drawing that my hands have been getting cramped up. So that's been a thing. So while today we'll be drawing Caedia with kind of a solid structure, again, she's basically a hologram, and we'll have a ability to kind of like change up her appearance and everything like that according to however she wants to be. But she again mimics her appearance to those that have been around her and in her life. So again, I've got 3 different versions. The obvious thing is that, you know, she'll have a Catgirl version mimicking a little bit of Polytechnolust. And then over here will be Blath'azell, and we'll see how it works out. Now, do I want... Yeah, let's do it anyways. I was going to do glasses. Could do an entirely new layer. Suck at drawing glasses. At least suck at drawing them the way I want to draw them. But again, it's a reminder, it's the sketch, and that doesn't have to be perfect right now. But that's kind of the fun thing about, yeah, do this character that's a demon succubus character, but wearing glasses. Another thing I look forward to with my new desk and art desk and everything like that is putting this on a more stable desk. This is wobbling. It's sitting on a TV tray. Now, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make art work. But yeah. Okay. That. No ignoring you. Got to be RB. No, you're good. Drawing streams are always going to be kind of ultra chill. I'll probably chat when I can, bring up something when I can, but otherwise, they will tend to be me just focusing on whatever I'm working on. Especially if it's a chance for me to actually finally get something done. Okay. Again, more detail than a sketch really probably should have, but it's how I roll. Let's see. Let's try to set ourselves up for success here. Oh, hands are getting shaky. Yeah, I can't get the angle right. Oops. There we go. Had pressed the wrong button. Oh my god. This is gonna drive me nuts. One of the things I've really hard time on is direct on the face shots. But of course I had to draw Polly that way. Let's jump over here real quick. So one of those sketch lines was driving me nuts. Just because it's there. Good times. Correct something here. Okay. Let's see if I could do the. I've been trying to adjust her hairstyle now. And hasn't been quite going the way I want it to. What was that? Unlurk? Yeah. Okay. You can count on me. Okay. Kind of worried I was drawing Sabrina Carpenter for a moment or something. I don't know why. Was just starting to get that vibe. Oh, wait. Close enough. What time is it? 8:49. Cool. I always forget how the neck into the collarbone and stuff works when you're doing this stuff, but it doesn't have to be fancy. Just have to do it. As long as she sings good, she could look like Sabrina. There you go. Well, it's my character, so I could say she sings good, right? Yeah, I'm wanting to totally do something completely different for that hair, but that's all right. Yeah, I just figured just go ahead and make it a little bit more full. Okay. And let's see where that's positioned. All right, Blath'azell, the more somewhat complicated way to write a name. Somewhat. Blath'azell. Easy peasy, right? And you know what? One of the smart things you should do when starting a new art project is to save it. Just in case. All right, got about an hour of stream left. So we'll get Blath'azell drawn in here, and then we'll put some basic colors in. Like I said, we'll be taken from here, but then we'll get a little bit more nuanced with it on this version. And like Caedia's more of a triangle type pointed ears. Okay. All right, make sure that's broke. Okay. Okay. A little bit more defined on that face. Yeah, see, I love doing like these 3/4 angle shots instead of dead on, but I am a little bit happier with Polly's dead on shot here. But I still think I need to work on it. I need to keep practicing some more. But I was also kind of tired of putting off the drawing streams for the last month now. Okay, so again, similar to what we gave Caedia here with the horns. Caedia mimics Blath'azell's horns, so we're going to try to do the same kind that wrap back, down, and around. And believe it or not, there actually is a reason why I'm giving her this version, and that is I won't gatekeep everything. Interaction wise, I want her horns to not basically poke somebody when they are wanting to embrace a hug, sex, whatever, you know. Now, storytelling wise, that could be kind of a fun thing. Like how does a creature like this, if their horns are like pointing towards or whatever, or just in general, even having horns, what could be fun about a design like that is how does a character like that have intimacy in their life if they can't get close to people? It's kind of like Edward Scissorhands being asked to hug what's her name, and he's like, I can't. As human beings with the type of bodies that we do have, we don't worry about such things, you know. But if a being has horns or something on their body that is obstructing like that, you know, it's a small little like character trait, you know, that you just think about. Like so, what does the character do? Okay, incoming ad break. About 3 minutes for Twitch. Now these the succubus type character that Blath'azell is what I call a Tazareth. Another excuse to put a hyphen in. You can see that. Yep. So specifically the succubus characters that are in my story for what this character Blath'azell is a part of, they are known as the Tazareth. Their basic and general category of creature is a succubus, succubi, or whatever. I'm wanting to still do some more kind of fantasy story research on creatures like this, you know, how other people have done them versus how I want to do, how I want to do their style. Okay, I want to adjust something, but the image is off the page. We're using a guide. I think I can Control T. Yep, I can move both. Yay! I needed a little more room, but one thing is on one layer, one thing's on another layer, so it did let me grab both layers. Yeah. I want her to have a kind of a high tie-up hair design. Okay. Um, we'll see it when we get to color, but specifically, her eyes are red, and most of them, the Tazareth in the story, will have red eyes. Very rarely will they go to the all black demonic eyes, and there will be a reason behind that. There's actual story precedence behind why it's like that for these characters. Okay. Tomorrow night's stream, I'll be playing Icarus. I'll be getting back into that game a little bit. Wednesday night, I think we'll do a little Valheim. Try to get a little bit more of the player test branch of Valheim done, so that we can see what else we're missing out on. And I'm still looking for Yagluth. We were doing that in the group game I was playing too, until finally we found Yagluth. I got frustrated and fed up because now I had 2 games where I couldn't find Yagluth, and got on a boat. And I was just like, all right, just gonna go to every plains I can find until we find Yagluth. And I think like finally, like the second plains I went to, I actually found Yagluth and not the marker. So go figure. Don't stop. I think I might have to like get like a. Well, I'm gonna do a sketch pad where I just work on a whole bunch of noses, eyes, everything, and just like constant practice. Pencil, do them digitally, do them on paper. Doesn't matter. Just keep getting that practice. Um, but then other things like these horns wouldn't hurt either. It's like practice these horns, practice other kind of horns. Like pull up photo reference, how do bull horns look versus how people draw or interpret demon horns. So what else? What can I tell you guys about the characters while I'm drawing too? Admittedly, Blath'azell shows up in the introductory story to get us kind of started, and then we don't see her for quite a while. But I've been having so much fun writing and drawing, and kind of getting her design going. that I don't mind sharing a little bit beforehand. But yeah, she's a little bit later in the story, but she does become a additional star of the story going forward at a certain point. I was joking to myself, if you played Baldur's Gate 3, um, in a way, she almost is my uh, crap. What's the character's name? Karlach. Same kind of skin tone too. um, just not the big muscle bound warrior kind of character that Karlach is. But as far as like when you play Baldur's Gate 3, Karlach shows up in a later part of the story, but becomes a integral part of that story if you go ahead and add her to your party. So yeah. And that's part of what I've been researching too the last 2 months now, since my trip to Arizona, is I'm trying to see, like, since I'm not as proficient in knowledge of Tolkien other than the movies, Lord of the Rings movies, and the what you call it, the Amazon series, Rings of Power, the Hobbit movies, Lord of the Rings movies. Since I'm not as proficient in the story other than those entertainment media, in some cases I wanted to see like vicariously through how people have talked about that stuff. Have I been inspired to create characters without realizing it that have already been largely done by Tolkien? So I'm kind of watching out for some of that stuff. And to a certain point, I still just want to be like, screw it. I'm just going to still tell the story. My hope is that I'm just not very obviously like mimicking something that Tolkien's already done. So you're gonna see me starting to finally read some more of Tolkien stuff versus the visual media. I'm gonna, or the, movies, TV shows. I'm gonna go ahead and go through The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, probably audiobook while I'm sketching and drawing stuff. But the idea there is to kind of chug through it, start hearing like the more written works, and then come back to it, or come back to his stuff with Silmarillion and the appendices, and read whatever I can to learn more. All for the strict purposes of to be inspired by, but not to copy, not to mimic. So as to prevent anything that would be too close to what he's done already. That's the goal, at least. So we'll see if I can pull it off. Same thing with Dungeons and Dragons, and obviously there's so many other fantasy authors out there. I remembered at one point being inspired by, I think it was Legend of the Seeker, and I initially watched that show because for some odd reason I thought it was a Harry Potter themed thing, because Harry Potter was a seeker in the game of Quidditch. And so yeah, so I thought that was the case, and so I watched this Legend of the Seeker thing, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool, and um, I forget the names of the ladies on that story that dress up in the tight red leather, you know. But yeah, those characters. Admittedly, there's a little bit of inspiration from some of the stories and characters I want to do for my stuff, where I wanted kind of a couple different warriors to have their kind of focus and determination or whatever for seeing through a mission and everything. And yeah, so that's one of those things where it's like, I like what somebody did, but again, I don't want to copy what they did. So I gotta kind of watch that. But so anything I could soak up, obviously other people, it's probably very obvious, like you know. Oh wait, hold on a second. Line art. Yeah. Template sketch. We're gonna put another layer in between called color 1. This is where we're gonna put the base color in. Okay. I wanted to zoom out. Hit Control 0. Hey, I'm still in my bubble. Okay, but there you go. Caedia, Polytechnolist. Later. Sure, why not? I got horrible handwriting, but that's not the important thing to have right now. All right, so but yeah, these are the basics of the characters. The idea here is to give you guys a visual of what makes them all different. With Caedia, while she mimics the horns and the ears of a Tazareth, her hair is going to have like this dark navy blue kind of sheen to it. Sometimes, like I'm thinking about like putting like a little bit of a cobalt sheen. I think it's cobalt. Basically a blue with a kind of a dark richness to it. So yeah, let's get to selecting that color. All right, and then again, make sure we're on the color layer. Yep. Okay. Right now, just not worried about staying within any lines or anything. We can refine everything later. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on here? I have something on another layer. Okay. Oh, weird. How did I... Oh, no, it's freaking out. What? What the hell? Remember that save thing we did? Like, did I actually hit a button I shouldn't have? Ah. What's that, unicorn? I don't think it's supposed to do that. Yeah. I'll save. Yeah, technically after yeah, there goes. Technically after Rocket League, I should have restarted the computer anyways. Surprise. Is it doing it again? I don't know. I may legitimately have to allocate more to the swatches or whatever it's called, the stuff that keeps all this history and everything of every brush stroke you do. I don't need it to have like a huge history to hit Control Z to go all the way back with or something. Yeah. Come on, just a half an hour longer. Yeah, I shouldn't have to keep doing this. But yeah, it's freaking the memory out. I don't know if it's because I'm streaming and doing this, but my system should be able to handle that. So I don't know. Okay. While doing this, Polytechnoles, one of my longest characters, Cat Girl. Much like other artists, I've had a Cat Girl character for quite a while. She's gone through a lot of different iterations, though, over the years. There was a time where oh god, I don't, did I have a name for her before? I think I eventually started calling her the Cat formerly known or something like that. I started like doing that whole Prince thing, just to kind of play with and have fun. And but then yeah, I started calling her Polly. The last name Technolust comes from the movie Hackers. Trust in your inner Technolust. One of the signs that are hung up by hackers around the city. And yeah, so that's how I got her last name. And initially was doing that because I was trying to make a character that was kind of into that scene, you know, the not hackers per se, but cyberpunkish or whatever. And then she morphed and modified into something else, but I still like the last name. Mostly, I'll just call her Polly though, and have fun with just keeping it like that. But there's a story that's specifically named after Polytechnilis is going to be my or still kind of is, my slice of life story. Wanted to have fun just doing like a little web comic story. So I was developing something to that nature. With her, and so that gets to be kind of fun there. Picking a new color for Polly's hair. Where's my mouse cursor? There we go. God, this glitching out that it's doing is so bizarre. All right. So hopefully I end up fixing that before I work on this some more. So it was so frustrating to have to keep doing that while I'm drawing. All right. A little too much. But okay. Yeah, we could separate that specifically later. Okay. We're going to get kind of a green. Let's go and do a little bit of a gray for the teeth. And then we lighten and highlight later. But it just helps me separate them for now. Yeah, that's fine for now. I like how like I warmed up between the first two characters, and by the time I get to Blath'azell, I've got like this much more precise and pristine line art. It is what it is. I'm working on bettering myself. All right, let's get kind of a magenta. Now this will end up being kind of a pink for the fur inside her ears, but I want to start with kind of like a darker tone for these that'll end up working on later. Let's go a little bit deeper red on the ears. So this is one of those things that we'll refine later, is a lot of specifics on her color and tone. Let's grab for the horns. Okay, now I need like a blue that fits. Like a blue-gray. A little too close to the dark gray we used. Yeah, it's fine for now, and then we'll refine later. Okay. Oh, goodness me. These colors look nice. Thanks. Yeah, she's going to be a really fun character to have. Oops. There we go. Yeah, think about me doing some holographic fun with her, too. Yeah, we could just fill it in. Yep. Work on the details of that later. I'm really not liking how I drew Polly. All else fails. Zoom in closer. Sort of. One problem for me zooming in closer is sometimes you actually lose the depth perception of whatever you're drawing. Yeah, because even when things are a sketch and it's not supposed to be, I'm not supposed to worry about the detail. I worry about the detail. You know? So. And then I have a horrible time making things symmetrical. But sometimes it just is what it is. Yeah, just the eyes in general don't look right, but yeah. Oh well. Oops. Just means I got to practice more straight on shots like that. Um, I could try one or two more things. See if it's the eyes that are really what's off. It's a little bit better. Nose needs to be moved then if I'm doing that. I'm on the right layer. Benefit over digital over illustrating on a piece of paper so you can do this sort of thing and move stuff. That's a little off, but probably move the eyeballs themselves a little bit. It's just not sharp and crisp either as Blath'azell, and that's an okay problem to have when you get that refined, enjoyable piece of line art with one character. That's good. That's awesome. That's great. That character's good, but then the rest of the characters need to match. So yeah. All right, what time is it? Oh, we're getting close on time. All right, so these are our three gals here: Caedia, Polytechnoles, and Blath'azell. Try it that way. All right. Okay, so from left to right, Caedia is oh gosh, what did I call it? Cube Light Interactive Technology. The acronym is on purpose a naughty word, and that will come up in the story. It'll get shortened to Cube Light Technology (CLT). But yeah, so Caedia is going to be basically a hologram character that's going to have a various different forms. So this will be a form that she kind of adopts from the Tazreth, which is what Blath'azell is. Actually looks a little too bright on my other monitor. Very interesting. Is the colors very bright to you guys? Especially Blath'azell? Anyways, but yeah, Caedia will be able to mimic these looks that she's basically inspired by, and we'll have fun with that. Three key ones that she's going to have is the demon succubus kind of look like Blath'azell. A cat girl look, which obviously again will be inspired by Polly, and elf look after the elves in my story too. And she'll have some others, but those are three that I'm going to be kind of focusing and working on. Ask that again. My brain didn't process what you asked. Oh, so when you see Blath'azell, the far right red skinned character, is that red like really bright and rich, or is it like a dull, soft red? On my drawing tablet, it's like a flat, dull. I hate to say dull, but I don't mean it as in boring. But it's not as bright as my ultra wide monitor. That's always going to be a problem too. Is calibrating different color ranges for different monitors and whatnot. But yeah, Blath'azell and Caedia specifically, you'll end up seeing those characters in what I call the Adventures of Tim Garn. Don't know if it's a matte red. Okay, I like that better then. Okay, so for some reason my ultra wide is brighter, probably for gaming. But yeah, so Caedia and Blath'azell will be in my Adventures of Tim Garn story, and Polytechnoles has her own story, and that was a fun one I'd been working on. Like I said, slice of life story, so she gets to enter these people's lives and ultimately help them better themselves through a little bit of story chaos. So it gets to be a real fun one. But Blath'azell, as I mentioned, is going to be in the later part of the stories. Caedia herself is narrating portions of the story, but we'll have something way, way down the road also. But because I didn't want to wait that long for the story, Caedia does come in to the story as somewhat of a narrator at first. But yeah, so these three ladies, nice nice bit of fun with them. Not to like play the emo artist route, but I'm gonna not do anything with that drawing of Polly on this sketch here. But I am gonna take Caedia and Blath'azell here and probably take them individually over to their own drawings, and I'll do some more finalized versions of them. So if you guys are wanting to follow my updates, they're for free on Patreon for all of September. So patreon.com/Greg Scott Bailey. You can sign up there and you don't have to select the tier rewards. You can be a free member. So all updates will be for free members. You'll start seeing some updated versions of these sketches on my Patreon. Discord members also get to see this. Discord access is gained through Patreon tiered members, tier 1 and higher. And so if you're wanting to be part of Discord and get in on some of the conversations, everything, the story as it gets posted will be posted on both Patreon and on Discord. Be available to read through. As I work on it, it's going to be basically piecemeal. If you're familiar with Steepasecic with Sunstone, the story he does, he gets another couple pages done, puts it up on Patreon and on the web. Goes to another story, gets a couple more pages done, puts it up. Probably going to be doing something similar to that, that kind of style. So one more thing I want to do. That basically gives me a chance to kind of work on stuff as I can. I'm doing all this on the side of my day job, same with streaming, right? So I don't necessarily have the time to do everything I would like to do, and I don't consider myself good enough to try to take the risk of making this my living. My day job definitely pays the bills and very well. So the idea there is to not jeopardize the day job and risk it all for the artwork. But one of these days I would like to basically do streaming, content creation, and my art and stories for a living. So that's what we'll continue to work on here over time. So I certainly appreciate the support. Art streams probably can be a little bit boring until I get a lot more finished stuff done. Or people that are more into this versus the gaming, I totally get it. So not offended if I only have a couple of people watching. But if you are watching the VODs, especially on YouTube, please do comment below and let me know your thoughts. Where you think things are going with the story, the characters, what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like something, just don't be a dick about it. But I would like to hear what you do like about it and see where things progress. So appreciate everybody coming out. Unicorn, thanks for keeping me company during the stream. I really appreciate that. Thanks to everybody on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick for Streamtember. We did release our 4th number. I will share it one more time. We're doing super secret numbers each stream. This is the 4th stream's number, 12. Go ahead and write that down, mark it down for today. The previous stream's number, and I want to be accurate. Yep, okay. Just making sure. For Rocket League, this was the secret number. I'm bringing it up here. I'm giving you guys a little bit of an end of the stream too. Chance. So for the 3rd stream, the number was 25. For the 4th stream, the drawing stream, the number was 12. And you'll have to go back on the VODs to see what the first stream Friday night and the second stream Saturday night were for Streamtember. Collect all these numbers, and at the end of the month, they will be put together to unlock a super secret message. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks for coming out tonight for a nice, fun little art stream. And earlier coming in for Rocket League. Tomorrow we'll be playing Icarus. Should be 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I will post this week's schedule on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, x.com/Greg Scott Bailey. Support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Greg Scott Bailey. And of course, I'm on all streaming platforms of Twitch, YouTube, and Kick at Greg Scott Bailey as well. And Unicorn Risted Fridays. Uh-oh. Yep, that's the VOD you got to get to then. the Prodigy's Voodoo People Pendulum mix just came on, and I love this version. But yeah, tomorrow is Icarus. I'll be starting a fresh new character and play through on Icarus as best as I can. I've got saved a coin on that account, so I'll probably get some axe and like pickaxe and axe and orbit and stuff like that, some extra weapons. But yeah, we'll try to start a fresh new character tomorrow. Then Wednesday will be Valheim, and then I gotta think up what Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is going to be 7 Days to Die, Jack of all trades. What's that? Integrator sucked and satisfactory. Could be distracted. No worries at all. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Again, thanks for all the support as we push through Streamtember and continue to try to kick things up a little bit, get a little more stuff done. And hopefully I'll get to, I'm looking to my left, but hopefully I get to show you guys the office soon. As we, I gotta get the desk out. I gotta start putting it together. It's still in the box. But I got that a few days back, Thursday? Yeah. Love it. Well, and over on Kick, my apologies, 7 Idam had followed. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. It didn't alert. It was supposed to alert on Kick. Very interesting. I'll have to look into that. Let's see. Is there anybody live on Kick right now? No, there's not. All right. My apologies. I don't get too much viewership on Kick, so I'm not used to stuff coming in there. Yeah, okay. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping on by. We'll see you tomorrow for the 5th Streamtember stream. And as always, we'll see you on the next adventure. All right. Bye-bye.